in the crowd.
Yeah!
So you got me, my mom, and my sister, right? I was born and raised in the Bronx. Anybody from New York in the business? Yeah, when I first started in the business, there was like 5 of us, right? So now we make a lot more noise. So that was me when I was a young kid, man, growing up in the Bronx. It's a beautiful place, man. It's like Barbados. You guys gotta come check it out, right? So, that's my father. He's a filmmaker, photographer, and I got a lot of inspiration from my parents, seeing them, you know, as I was growing up, they struggled, and I'm here today because of them, because of what they instilled in me. So, I love my mom, I love my dad, shout out to them, and me growing up in the Bronx, I'm a huge Yankees fan, so because I'm Puerto Rican, by default, we play baseball, right? Like, we come out the womb with a bat and a glove, we're ready to go, baby, right? So, as I grew up, right, one of my first careers was in real estate. I gotta remember. Was in real estate. There we go. There we go. So, as I was doing real estate, I got introduced to real estate in 2012 when I was 22 years old. And I was also simultaneously pursuing my education. I ended up graduating with a Bachelor's of Science in Business Management, and upon graduation, I had this big dream, this big vision for real estate and what I wanted to do. And after I was in real estate for about 2 years, I was actually introduced to WFG through my best friend Pierre, who's actually in the second row. Can we give him a round of applause? Sometimes we don't know the value of an opportunity. Sometimes an opportunity comes our way and it's packaged. And it looks weird, it looks strange, it doesn't look familiar. And then when we open that package, a lot of the times we're not ready to receive that blessing. And I was fortunate enough to be in a position to get recruited in a Panera Bread, because we had no office, right? There was no Zoom, and that was my MD trainer at the time. God bless that guy, right? Because he also trained me too on the East Coast. And so when I got started in WFG, I just wanted to start part-time, because my vision was all about real estate. And about 2 years later, I decided to go full-time in the business. And I remember in my first year in the business, I went to my first big event, and it was in Las Vegas. In fact, prior to that big event, we actually had a fast start school in Johnny's office in West LA. What was it, 2999 Overland Avenue, I never forget. And I didn't know what was going on. See, you guys are fortunate and blessed enough to jump on a fast start school once a month on a Zoom. I had to fly 2,500 miles to go to my fast start school. That's dedication. If you don't have that level of dedication, you ain't gonna make it in business, you hear me? So if you complain about getting on a freaking Zoom, you got issues, man, you got challenges. We're gonna take all that weakness out of you this weekend. Does that make sense? You gotta be mentally tough, right? And so when I started in the business, I had no idea what was going on. And there's only 2 guys in that picture right now that are still in the business, and that's me and my best friend in the middle that also has no idea what's going on. They're talking about 3:30. I'm like, man, it's not even 3 o'clock yet. It's only like 12 o'clock at the time, right? And so the first big event that I went to, there's about 18, 19 people in that picture. And again, the only people that made it out of that, only the strong survived, was me and my best friend, right? So shout out to us, baby. Right? And so a big part of that growth was when a senior marketing director from the West Coast made a decision to help us out, and that was Michelle Malalia. Can we give her? When you make an investment, right, there's nothing like making an investment in yourself. That's the best investment you can make. It's not an IUL, it's not a policy, it's not stocks, it's not any of that stuff. It's the investment that you make in you and the investment that you make in people. How many people here today made an investment in somebody, whether it's their time, whether it's a monetary value, for your people to be here today? And they looked after you, they took care of you, they communicated with you. Can we give those people a round of applause? I want to read this quote really quickly that I came across. And there are 2 types of people that come to an event. And I want you to ask yourself, how can 2 different people go to the exact same convention. And while one person gets a revelation on how to get to the next level, the other one only has temporary motivation, right? Okay, so the eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. One person shows up with their mind made up that they would get it, while the other was hoping to get an answer. The gap between winning and losing in life and business is so small, it's scary. So you gotta think about what you wanna gain out of this event, and you gotta make a decision